All right, welcome everyone. Kevin LaRocca here with Binary Pro Strategies. This is going to be a recap of this last week, which was ended on June 28th, which is a Friday. And before I get started, if you like these videos, please give me a thumbs up. If you would like to get notified whenever I send out any new updated videos, or I just released a recent educational video. If you want to be the first to be notified on that, just subscribe to this channel, and we'll make sure that you get on the list there. So let's talk about this week. Pretty average week overall. Nothing really outstanding. As I said, coming into these summer months, expecting the volatility to pick up. Definitely seeing that in here. Most of everything that we did for the week, we had some really good sessions. Only had a couple that I was actually down. And I'm going to go through that here in just a minute. But let's look at Sunday night. Sunday night's probably one of the best nights to trade when you're trading binary options. I don't know what it is about Sunday nights. I think maybe you have a higher volatility, but it just seems that the markets move a little bit smoother. The spreads on the strikes are tighter. So just a lot of really good things come together on Sunday nights, and this Sunday night didn't disappoint me. Now, all the trades that I made Sunday night, I did make on my four main patterns. The four main patterns are something that I teach you with the basic package. So you got to learn all of that. The only thing you don't get on the basic package is the crystal ball. Okay, so, and I only made maybe one crystal ball trade all night, but everything else was the four main patterns that I use in the core strategy. So Sunday night ended up being a very good night. Monday, obviously, best session I had Monday morning. I had good EOM all day long, good follow through. No crystal ball trades, all core trades, but just a lot of good EOM. When EOM is good, and that's something I teach you how to identify. It's not some sort of indicator. It's not some sort of candlestick pattern. It's my own unique patterns that I look at, and EOM is one of those. And when EOM is high, it's basically an on-off switch. EOM is high tells us to get in, and if EOM is low, then we wait. Okay, so it gets us in when the markets are moving, and when the markets start to die, it gets us out. So real good indicator, but good EOM all day long. Usually EOM is good in the morning, then it kind of dies off in the afternoon, then it picks up in the evenings. But today it was just kind of all day long, so I was just hitting, pattern after pattern after pattern. Never did any really size. Most all these trades are onesies. I did a little bit of size, but still ended up with a really nice day of $888. Monday was kind of the same thing. Monday night kind of had that follow through on the EOM, was very good. I had a lot of good setup. There's a few that I actually did put on some size. But once again, all the trades, no crystal ball trades tonight. All the trades I did had to do with the core strategy. Okay. On Tuesday, worst day of the week. It was choppy. It was really choppy. Choppy all day long, pretty much. I took what I'd call pretty marginal trades. In other words, EOM wasn't really high, but I liked them, and they turned out not to be very good trades. So just taking a few good trades, and then I had, I actually was up at one point, put some size on one of those trades, ended up being down, and then from there on out, it just kind of kept going down. So when that happens, if I'm losing and I'm not hitting, I just step aside. So I walked away minus $350. Typically when you have a day, and this is real important, typically if you have a day session, and you're just getting chopped up and you find it's choppy, that usually is an indicator that the night's going to be a very good night. I don't know what it is about that. I don't know why that is, but 9 times out of 10, if it's tough to trade during the day, trading is much easier at night. And that kind of was the same here as we came in on Tuesday night. Tuesday night, once again, things were, it was choppy, but we had good EOM. And I just stuck to the core patterns. Once again, no crystal balls, and ended up not only making up for what I lost in the day session, but made a little bit. So very nice night. Just all the patterns. I trade 4 main patterns in the core strategy, and that's what I was trading. So I had a really good night and kind of made it for the whole day. Wednesday morning, once again, started off choppy. Kind of reminded me like we were going into another Tuesday morning. But there was just only a few really good setups where the EOM was high, and so I went in and put a little bit of size on a few trades. Traded very light, didn't put on a lot of trades that day, but I ended up still making a nice $276. So not a big day overall, but as a whole, still put me in the green, so I was happy about that. Okay, so Wednesday night was actually pretty quiet, and I didn't do a lot of trading on Wednesday night. Now, I will tell you that I was up and down, up and down, up and down, and I said, you know what, I'm going to walk away, but I put on one more trade, and I was down $65. I said, you know what, I'm done. The markets are choppy. Wasn't having any good EOM. I was looking for trades, just the EOM wasn't there. So, but I ended up taking a few trades, but I knew that I wasn't hitting, so I walked away. You know, and that's what you have to do. That's so important. You're going to be able to tell whether the markets are good because you're going to be able to tell by your results. Now, if you can't paper trade it, if you can't trade real time, but if you're not hitting on your first few trades, then more than likely you're not going to be able to hit. So you walk away and you wait till things get better and then you come back. Okay? So that's usually walking away, coming back at night and hitting it. So that's kind of what you have to do there. Thursday night had a lot of good follow through. The EOM, I'd say, was very good. I did have to work with adjusting my sizes a little bit, and the way I do that is I have one particular pattern that's very strong with the core strategy, and that's usually where I'm going to put my size on. And there's ways to use that, and knowing when to put some size on, and I help you with that when you join chat. But there's going to be certain times when you know you can put some size on and usually hit, and that was the case today. Made an even $400. That was nice. I walked away, and that was it. Thursday night now is really reserved only for crystal ball traders. What we do is we focus only on crystal ball setups. The thing about the crystal ball is you don't always get a lot of setups, but when you do, they're usually really good. And this was one of those nights where we didn't get a lot of crystal ball setups. I didn't do any core trading, trying to stick to just a crystal ball so everybody can learn that and understand how to trade it. I still ended up making $173, which is not bad because I don't think I made that many trades all night. So still a decent night. And typically the crystal ball is going to be really good at night. Okay, I don't know what that is, but it's just crystal ball tends to be better at night than during the day. So not to say you can't get some crystal ball trades during the day. It's just I can't be watching that. I'm usually watching other things. I guess if I focus more on the crystal ball during the day, I could just focus on that. Wouldn't get a lot of trades, but I like some action. Once again, I think it's important that you have a number of different setups, and you have to have quantity. That's so important. You have to have opportunity. You can't be having a system or a method where you're only trading maybe 2 or 3 trades a day. I don't think you're going to get anywhere that way. You want something where you have 60, 70, 80 different opportunities and pick and choose, and that will give you an opportunity that even if you do start today off and you're not doing too well, that gives you a lot of opportunities to make up for it. And sometimes you have to make up for it at night. That's not always possible for some people, but that's the thing. You've got to have opportunities, and that's the only way you're going to make consistent money on a daily basis is by doing it that way. Otherwise, if you're happy making, looking at your profits on a weekly basis, you're up $100 for the whole week, whatever. I mean, I guess that's good for some people, but I'm looking to make money every single day. I mean, it's a paycheck, right? So that's the way you have to look at it. It's a job. You want to come to work and you want to get paid. You don't want to come to work and not get paid. Boss tells you, sorry, I can't pay you today, but maybe I'll pay you tomorrow. Just see how you do. You can't work like that. Friday, I was really surprised. Fridays typically are just horrible days, but I'll tell you, man, they've just been coming and going, but I've been seeing more good Fridays than anything else. And we had good EOM, good market correlation. If you're not familiar with correlations, I talk about that in my fundamental video. Plenty of strong setups. I probably could have gone farther. I think I stopped around. I think it may have been shortly after 12 o'clock. I think Central Time. I didn't. I could have traded a lot more, but I didn't want to push my luck on a Friday. Friday's gonna be tough. You know what? I was happy for $391, and that was it. So anyway, now something I've been doing here recently, and I did it last week, and I did it again, is I look at every day, and I look at the very first trade out of the gate for each session to see how I'm doing. And once again, I hit it at 90%. That means out of these 10 sessions, 9 of them, my very first trade was a profitable trade. I call it a once and done. I used to trade a lot like that. I used to come in and I used to just do once and dones, and then I would be out for the day. But the thing with that is you do have to put on some size. Now, if you put on some size and you happen to have one of these days where you get hit, then you got to be available to come back and start trading more. Give yourself more time. It may take you several more trades to make up for that loss. But, you know, once and done, as far as I'm concerned, is a really smart way to trade. But at the same time, you are going to have those days when nothing's 100%. You're going to start the day off with a losing trade. And so if you can give yourself some time, at least a couple hours, to wait for some other strong setups and try to bring that loss down or maybe go into the green, that's kind of what you want to do. Okay, and as you can see, I'm not green every single session. That's going to happen. I am right at least 9 out of 10 days. And on average, I've been running, when I looked at it, I was anywhere between 85 to 90% of my days were profitable. Okay, so that's something you want to look at. But nonetheless, great week, 3,200. I think that was a little bit more than last week, not much more. 90% first win rate. You can't beat that. So that's pretty much it. Okay, so if you're interested in learning how to do this, stay tuned to the end of this video. I'm going to talk about the different packages. The first package you get in, you learn everything except the crystal ball. Okay, that's pretty much what the first package is. Once you learn it, then you have the option to join chat, live chat. Okay, and you cannot join live chat unless you have one of the packages. You have to understand what the patterns are, because what you're going to see on my charts is when you come in, and this is not something that's automated. You can't automate it. But I do draw arrows and I let you know where my strong trades are. These are the strong trades. This is one pattern. This is my strongest trade. And then you'll see the blue arrow is always the strongest trades. Buy and sell, and I tell you the direction. And then you're going to see red arrows. You're going to see some green. If you see red and green, those are the secondary and third patterns that are setting up. Not as strong as the blue ones, but nonetheless, I'll trade that a lot depending on the ELM. But pretty much trading every single blue one because those are my strongest signals. So that's kind of what you're going to see. But that's going to be in chat. If you buy the package, I do recommend that you come to chat. It's a month-to-month basis, so it's a good price for $50 because I'm here every day. And I'm walking through and I'm answering your questions and I'm telling you why the patterns are the way they are, why I'm seeing them. I mean, this is not hard, okay? You're going to pick them up the first day probably. A lot of people say, hey Ken, isn't that blah blah blah, you know, in the euro or the yen or the Aussie or whatever, because they're, you know, I got 7 different pairs that I'm watching. So, you know, sometimes you can miss some really good setups, and I miss them sometimes, but by and large I catch most of them. But I will show you why it's a strong trade, what pattern it is. There's 4 main patterns. What pattern I'm trading, where I'm buying or selling it, what strike I'm taking that, where my fill is, when I get out, because I always carry it to the end. So you're going to know whether it's profitable or not profitable. And that's what I do. So it's a really good option if you do get the package to come to chat, spend at least a month with us, and it's definitely going to benefit your trading overall. Okay, so you have a chance to pick my brain and all those good things. So anyway, that's going to be it. I will be back next week for my next update. I think I'm getting ready to put out another educational video. I just put one out. Go to my website. Go to YouTube, and it's on YouTube. And you want to make sure that you watch that. Once again, Please subscribe. I'll keep you up to date on the new educational videos I have coming out, because I have several more in mind that I want to put out. Help you guys out a little bit. And besides that, I will be back next week. I'll be here Sunday night with my students. Trading Sunday night's always my favorite night, but I am here. I'm here pretty much every night of the week. This is who I am, but I'm definitely committed to Thursday nights. I'm sorry, I am committed to Thursday nights, but I'm also committed to every Sunday night to be here. So if you're part of the chat room, I will be here on Sundays and going through all these trades. Okay, y'all have a great week, and we'll see you next Friday. Take care. Okay, so if you're interested in learning exactly how I do this, I do offer 2 different packages. And the way this is set up is that if you want to learn about the core strategy package, now that isn't going to include all the videos. You're going to get full access to all my training videos and educational material. You're going to get full disclosure of the core strategy, which I use a lot, particularly the single and double continuation patterns. The majority of all the results that you see on my daily returns is going to be based off of those 2 patterns, okay? I also do trade the delta pattern, and I also will show you how to use the nibble strategy. The nibble strategy is designed to catch very short-term trades, and I'll show you exactly how to use that in combination with some of the other core patterns. Also, how to transition from demo to a live account. This is very important. That video is also included. As you know, it's also available on YouTube for free. But how to transition from a demo to a live account is very important. Something you need to watch. Don't just jump in and start trading in a live account. You want to learn the strategy, and you want to make sure that you're profitable. I'd say at least 9 out of every 10 days. And then when you get ready to transition to a live account, please watch the video, because there's some really good steps on how to make that transition. Also, when you purchase the package, you're going to get a 1 hour of personal training with me. So you and I will do a one-on-one, and I'll make sure that you fully understand everything and how it works. Now, this package is designed to pretty much purchase and go if you'd wish. You can purchase, watch everything, and go out and trade on your own. Now, if you want to learn about the core strategy, plus the crystal ball, basically you're getting everything in here. You're getting the core strategy, but you're also going to get the you're going to learn the crystal ball method. That's something that's available. That's a video that is not available online. That's something you and I will once again sit down and go through and make sure you fully understand it. Now, if you decide that you want to go just with the core strategy and learn the crystal ball at some point, I'll just charge you the difference between the core strategy price and then the full price that includes the crystal ball. So I'll just charge you the difference between the 2. Okay, so these are designed to basically purchase, learn them, and then go and do your own trading and so forth. Now, if you wish to join me live, as I trade live every day, which I highly suggest, because what I do is I also, not only do I share my charts, but I show you where I'm getting in, where I'm getting out, what strike, what price, why I'm doing it, what I'm seeing in the market. It's well worth it, and that's only going to be $50, okay? So if you want to, once again, if you just want to learn these on your own, you can purchase the package and move on. If you want to learn the package and then also join my live trading room, chat room, then that's just $50 a month, and that's $50 reoccurring as long as you want to stay. There's no time limit, so if you want to stay 2 months, 3 months, a year, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just $50 a month, okay? So if you're interested, you want to go to binaryprostrategies.com, and in there under Join Now, you're click on that little button. It'll pop up. You'll see this, and you can go ahead and purchase one of these 2 packages, and or if you're a reoccurring member, you can go ahead and join the monthly if you're not already part of the chat room. So any questions, as always, you can always get a hold of me by going to the website. My phone number's there, email address, and so forth. So if you like to do that, feel free to give me a call. I'll be glad to answer any of your questions before you make a decision. But everything I teach is fully disclosures. I'm not holding anything back. I am here to educate. I'm not a signal provider. That doesn't do you any good by me just giving you my signals. I'm here to teach you how I see the signals, and I want you to learn them as well and be able to identify them as well as I do. And then, this way you are free to trade on your own. You don't need me around all the time. But for those that like to stay in the chat room and trade with us live every day, that's always an option as well. So that's it. Thanks once again for watching my video, and you'll have a great day.